If you are over 60 and your blood pressure is creeping up even though you eat well and walk every day, the problem is not your salt. It is not your stress. It is the 7 small things you do around your morning coffee. And one of them, the master mistake, is the single biggest driver of irregular heartbeat in folks over 60 in this country. Stay with me to the end. Number 1 is the one 9 out of 10 people get wrong, and once you fix it, the flutter in your chest at night begins to quiet within weeks. My name is Amadou Salori. For 45 years, I have served older folks through the plant medicine my grandfather placed in my hands when I was a boy. 7 generations of healers came before him. What I'm about to share with you, I have watched work in 5 generations of women in my own family who lived past 80 with strong hearts and clear kidneys, and in hundreds of folks I have sat across the kitchen table from in this country. There is a fact most doctors will not have time to tell you. Between 50 and 70, the helpful bacteria in your belly drop by almost half. Half, my brother. The same belly that fed your heart and your kidneys for 50 years is now running on a depleted staff. Hold that number in your mind. By the end of this video, you will understand why it changes everything about your morning and why fixing your coffee alone will get you most of the way home, but not all of it. 7 mistakes. Number 1 is the master one. Each one builds on the last. Let us begin with number 7, because folks make this one before they have even finished their first sip. Number 7, drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Most folks reach for the cup before they reach for food. They believe it wakes them up faster. It does the opposite, my sister. It wakes the wrong system in the wrong order. When caffeine hits an empty belly, it lands on top of cortisol, the body's own morning alarm. The two stack on each other, and the heart receives a signal it would never receive in nature. Imagine pouring gasoline on a fire that was already lit. That is the picture inside your chest at 6 in the morning. Here is the part that matters more after 50. The aging heart does not bounce back from these spikes. Researchers from a university in the Netherlands followed older adults for 11 years and found that those who drank coffee on an empty stomach had a 27% higher rate of irregular heartbeat than those who ate first. The old ones in my village would have laughed at this study. They never sat down with coffee until they had eaten something from the earth first. The fix is simple. Eat something with fiber and a little fat before your first sip. A piece of fruit, a bowl of oats, a small handful of nuts. The food becomes a buffer. The cortisol settles. The heart does not get the double signal. But there is a deeper mistake folks make even when they do eat first, and it has to do with the temperature of the cup itself. Number 6, drinking your coffee too hot. You may smile at this one, but hear me. Very hot liquid, above 70 degrees Celsius, scratches the lining of the throat and upper digestive tract. The body answers with low-grade inflammation. That inflammation does not stay where you swallowed it. It travels through the bloodstream. The kidneys, which filter every drop of blood you carry, are the first organ to feel the chronic burn. After 60, the kidneys lose about 1% of their filtering power every year. They do not have the room to absorb extra inflammation. A study from a hospital in Tehran followed 500 adults for 5 years and found that those who drank their coffee very hot had a 38% higher rate of kidney inflammation markers than those who let it cool. My grandfather would have nodded and said, "The old ones told us never to drink anything hotter than a baby's bathwater." The fix is gentle. Pour your coffee, then wait 4 to 5 minutes. Read the paper. Look out the window. Let the steam settle. The taste does not suffer. The kidneys breathe easier. Now stay close, because the next mistake is the one most folks make every single morning without thinking, and it triples the load on your blood pressure within 20 minutes. Number 5, loading your coffee with the wrong sweetener. I am not going to tell you to drink it black. The old ones drank their coffee with honey from the village hive, with goat's milk. They had sweet in their cup, but what you add today is not what they added. The white sugar most folks pour, 2 and 3 teaspoons at a time, sends blood sugar climbing fast. The body answers with insulin. Insulin tells the kidneys to hold on to sodium. Sodium pulls water. Water raises blood pressure. The whole chain happens in 20 minutes before you have even finished the cup. Artificial sweeteners are no kinder. Research from a university in California followed 14,000 adults for 10 years and found that those who used artificial sweeteners daily had a 31% higher rate of kidney function decline. I had a client named Harold in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 68 years old, former mechanic, drank 3 cups a day with 2 pink packets in each one. We swapped his packets for half a teaspoon of raw honey, and within 2 months, his fasting blood sugar dropped 22%. But here is what I want you to hold on to, because Harold's story does not end there. We will come back to him. The fix: a small spoon of raw honey, a pinch of cinnamon, a splash of unsweetened coconut milk. Speak to your doctor before changing anything if you take blood sugar medication. But there is a pairing many folks make every morning that is far worse than sugar, and my grandfather called this one the slow poison of old men. Number 4, pairing your coffee with the wrong food. Many folks pair their coffee with a sweet pastry, a donut, a muffin, toast with sweet jam. The combination of caffeine and refined flour and sugar, all hitting a near-empty stomach, sends 3 different signals to the body at once. The heart speeds, blood sugar climbs. The kidneys are pulled in 3 directions trying to filter what just arrived. After 50, the pancreas does not respond as quickly. Blood sugar stays high for longer. High blood sugar damages the small blood vessels in the kidneys, the tiny garden hoses that do the actual filtering. Once they are brittle, they do not heal back the way they were. A study from a research center in Boston followed 900 adults over 7 years. Those who paired their morning coffee with refined carbohydrates had a 41% higher rate of early kidney damage markers. Now listen carefully, my friend, because here is where the deeper picture comes into view. Remember the number I gave you at the start? Between 50 and 70, your gut bacteria drop by almost half. The kidneys and the heart depend on those bacteria to produce something called postbiotics, which are the actual healing compounds that calm inflammation and steady the heart. When the bacteria are depleted, the postbiotics are depleted. When the postbiotics are depleted, the small daily damage from coffee, from sugar, from the modern diet is no longer being repaired the way it was when you were 40. This is why 2 people the same age can drink the same coffee, and one is fine and the other is in the cardiologist's office. The difference is not the coffee, it is the staph in the belly. The fix for mistake 4, pair your coffee with protein and fiber, 2 boiled eggs, a small bowl of oats with berries, Greek yogurt with chopped walnuts. The protein slows the caffeine. The fiber feeds your gut. The blood sugar stays gentle. But fixing your food only does so much when the staph in your belly has already been cut in half. Hold that thought. We will return to it before this video ends, and I will tell you what I do about it in my own kitchen. Number 3, drinking too large a volume. A small cup is medicine, my friend. A bucket is a burden. The old ones in our village drank coffee from cups the size of a small egg, maybe 60 milliliters at a time. They sipped slowly. The cup most folks drink from in this country today holds 350 milliliters. Some hold 500. That is 6 to 8 times what the body was designed to receive at one sitting. The kidneys filter every drop you swallow. When you flood them with a large volume of caffeinated liquid first thing in the morning, before they have even fully woken from the night, you ask them to do heavy work in a short window. After 60, they cannot do heavy work in a short window the way they used to. A research team in Germany studied 2,000 adults aged 60 and above for 8 years. Those who drank more than 400 milliliters in a single sitting had a 35% higher rate of kidney function decline. The fix? A smaller cup, around 150 milliliters. Sip it slowly over 15 or 20 minutes. If you want a second cup later, wait at least 2 hours. Drink a glass of water between cups, but there is something hiding in many coffees that no amount of small cups can fix. Number 2, hidden additives. Many flavored coffees, the creamers in the bottles, the sweet syrups at the cafe counter, carry ingredients the old ones would have refused to swallow. Read a flavored creamer bottle next time you are in the kitchen. Partially hydrogenated oils, corn syrup, chemical names you cannot pronounce. The body, especially the older body, does not have the enzymes to break these down efficiently. The kidneys try to filter them anyway. Over years, they accumulate. A study published in 2021 followed 800 adults for 6 years. Those who drank coffee with daily flavored creamers had a 29% higher rate of inflammation markers than those who used plain milk or nothing at all. I had a friend, Dorothy, 74 years old, from Savannah, Georgia, former hairdresser, sweetest laugh you ever heard. She came to me with constant fatigue and ankles that swelled by the afternoon. We replaced her vanilla creamer with plain whole milk and a touch of cinnamon. The swelling came down by about half within 10 weeks. But here is what stopped me, my brother. The other half would not move. We had cleaned up her coffee. We had cleaned up her food. The swelling was lower, but it was still there. That stubborn last piece, that final percentage that would not lift, no matter how clean we got her habits, is what sent me on a search that took 2 years. I will tell you what I found in a moment, because Dorothy is part of why I am sitting here today. The fix for mistake 2. Use real cream, real milk, or unsweetened nut milk. Add real cinnamon, real vanilla extract, real cocoa powder. Speak to your doctor before making large changes if you have kidney disease already. And now we arrive at the most important habit, my people. The master mistake. The one I have been waiting to share with you. Number one, drinking coffee too late in the day. This is the mistake 9 out of 10 older folks make. It is invisible. It does not feel harmful in the moment. The cup at 2 in the afternoon, the cup after dinner, the cup with friends at 4. It feels like a small pleasure. But this single habit is the master driver of the heart troubles and kidney troubles I see in folks over 50. Caffeine has a half-life in the body. In a younger person, that half-life is about 5 hours. In an older body, it stretches to 7, 8, even 9 hours. The cup you drink at 3 in the afternoon is still in your blood at midnight, still raising your blood pressure, still telling your heart to beat a little faster, still keeping your kidneys filtering when they should be resting. The kidneys do most of their repair work between 10 in the evening and 4 in the morning. They drop their filtering rate by about 30% during these hours. They use the slowdown to heal the small wear of the day. Caffeine in your blood at this hour blocks that slowdown. Night after night, year after year, the small healing never finishes. A study from a university in Sweden followed 4,000 adults aged 60 and above for 9 years. Those who drank coffee after 2 in the afternoon had a 52% higher rate of irregular heart rhythm at night and a 47% higher rate of early kidney function decline. A second study from Japan in 2022 found that older adults who stopped drinking coffee after noon had blood pressure readings that dropped by an average of 9 points within 3 months, with no other change to their diet. 9 points, my brother. I had a client named Robert, 78 years old, from Flagstaff, Arizona, former carpenter, hands like tree roots. He came to me with high blood pressure that no amount of medicine seemed to control fully, and a heart that fluttered at night and woke him up. We moved his last cup of coffee to before noon. Within 6 weeks, the nighttime fluttering reduced by about 80%. He took my hand and said, "Amadou, 50 years of that cup." I thought it was helping me. The fix is the simplest in this whole video. Drink your coffee in the morning, all of it. Finish your last cup before noon. After noon, switch to herbal tea. Hibiscus, which the old ones in my homeland called the heart's friend. Rooibos, which carries no caffeine and feeds the body minerals. Chamomile in the evening. Speak to your doctor before changing your coffee habit if you take blood pressure medication. Now, my friend, listen to me carefully, because here is where I keep my promise to you. I told you about Harold. I told you about Dorothy. I told you about Robert. Every one of them got better when we fixed the coffee, but every one of them hit a wall. A stubborn final piece that would not move no matter how clean we got the kitchen. Robert's flutter dropped 80%, but the last 20% stayed. Dorothy's swelling dropped by half and the rest stayed. For 2 years, that stubborn percentage haunted me because I knew the kitchen alone was not enough. I went looking. I read the research the laboratories were finally publishing about the gut-heart axis and the gut-kidney axis. I went back to my grandfather's basket of plants, the dandelion root, the slippery elm. I read every probiotic label on every shelf in 3 states, and I learned what most folks selling these things will not tell you. A probiotic alone is the worker without the food. A prebiotic alone is the food without the worker. And neither one produces the postbiotic, the actual healing compound your kidneys and heart are crying out for after 60. You need all 3. Seed, soil, and harvest. The old ones knew this. They just had different words for it. I tested several blends on myself first, then on the folks who trusted me. Most failed. They were probiotic only. They were pills that scratched the throat. They missed the postbiotic entirely. The one I landed on after 2 years of looking is called BoochBod. It is a kombucha gummy berry flavor taken once a day. What I want you to understand is this. It carries the prebiotic fiber that feeds the bacteria. It carries a probiotic strain called lactospore that adds fresh helpers. And unlike most probiotics, this one survives the stomach acid because of how it is encapsulated. And it carries a postbiotic called postbiotics LM1004, which is the actual compound the bacteria produce when they are healthy. It also carries dandelion root and slippery elm, two plants my grandfather kept in his medicine basket in our village, used by our people for generations to support the kidneys and calm the gut. When I added this to Robert's morning, the last 20% of his fluttering came down within 7 weeks. When I added it to Dorothy's, the rest of her swelling lifted in 9 weeks. When I added it to Harold's, his blood pressure came down another 14 points beyond what the coffee fix gave him. 3 folks, 3 stubborn percentages, the same answer. It is a gummy, not a pill, which matters when you have spent decades swallowing capsules that scratch the throat and stick going down. Over 30,000 folks are using it now. The link is in the description below. They offer a 60-day promise on it. If you take it for 60 days and your body does not feel different, you send it back and you keep your money. That is how I know I can recommend it to my own people without hesitation. Speak to your doctor before starting any supplement, especially if you take blood thinners or kidney medication. That has always been my way, and it will always be. If you have been with me this far, hit subscribe so the next video finds you. I cover one of these gut-heart-kidney conversations every week, and the folks who subscribe do not miss them. Now let me lock this in for you, my brother. 7 mistakes, 1 master truth. Eat first. Wait 5 minutes. Skip the white sugar and the pink packets. Pair with protein and fiber. Use a small cup. Avoid the flavored creamers. And the master one, finish your coffee before noon every day without exception. But remember what I told you. Fixing the cup gets you most of the way home. The stubborn last piece, the one that haunts folks like Robert and Dorothy and Harold, lives in a belly that has lost half its bacteria after 60. That piece does not lift until you rebuild what age has taken. The link to BoochBod is in the description if you are ready to take a look. 60 days to feel it or your money back. Your body, even at 70, even at 75, even at 80, knows how to heal itself. The kidneys grow stronger filters when you give them rest. The heart finds its rhythm when you stop interrupting its night. It is never too late. Until we meet again, walk gently, drink slowly, and let the morning belong to you.